Hey guys, it's Ashlena. Welcome back to my channel. I should say welcome back to my office, since this is what you're getting today for this video, because my camera will not zoom in. Unless I put my iPhone literally in front of my microphone, it's just not doing its job. So luckily I got a new camera coming tomorrow, so these videos will not look like this. So you get to see a little bit about my space, the mess that I create. I don't put pens away ever. I have some pictures up there. I know it's a little weird, but it is my husband and the dog, and then that's Ruger there, but you never get to see that. This is my setup, my printer, my mouse. So anyways, you're just gonna get this view for today. We're watching Mayday in the making. Finally, parts 1 through 6, we're doing the whole thing. I'm so excited. I think the reason I wanted to do Mayday in the making is just because I don't really watch a lot of the warnings videos where they're just talking or doing interviews and things like that. So I felt like this is going to really help me get to know them on a more personal level. I don't really know what this video is. Obviously it's the making of Mayday. That makes sense. So I'm really excited to watch it. I'm really excited to kind of learn more about their personalities, and let's just do it. This is part 1. I'm really hoping this is in English. If not, I'll have to record another time, because I did download these videos. So I'm hoping it all goes well. I just realized how dirty my desk is. I'm a mess.
Pelo bien.
Primero,
We are ready.
el nombre o de que los nombres individuales y luego la banda o al
No,
revés?
I don't know. Okay. No. Hi, we're the warning. I'm Daniela. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Hi, I'm Daniela.
I'm Paulina. I'm Alejandra.
And we are the warning.
This third album, I can honestly say with a lot of confidence, is that it's the best thing that we've ever done.
The new album, how to describe it? It's the warning on steroids.
They can all play their instruments like no one I've ever seen. If you listen to this album, you know this is a rock band. It's not a female rock band or a young rock band. This is a rock band.
And then they brought the demos. I was like, you guys are kidding me. It's like, do you ever write a bad song? It's at another level. The warning at another level.
I love this song so much. I love the way this is filmed.
Working on the album with David and Rick was a little bit nerve-wracking at first because we know what we want to hear.
I was really nervous that David was gonna be like, no, I hate all this and let's do something different. Like, we were prepared to fight over our songs.
We literally told them, like, we are super picky.
Peaky.
You see how far you can push day one. And you started to talk about a song I didn't like. I said, I don't like this song.
Ooh, I like his
And I had
voice.
3 girls right up in my face together. And they talk in Spanish.
It's somewhere between like the buddy system and gang mentality, in my opinion. You
Oh my
know,
God.
They travel in a pack.
Like a gang of lionesses circling the prey.
I think that if we were not sisters, like, this would have fallen apart so quickly.
Having 3 girls being amazing, talented musicians at such a young age, and then having those 3 girls be sisters and so connected, that doesn't happen.
I can't believe that my daughter, like, what moment that happened, how?
Being in a band with your family is great. We experience everything as a family that it'd be weird, like, to experience it alone and then come to my family like, oh my god, this happened. No, it's like a thing. It happened to all of us. It always happens to all of us.
I'm used to being in a room for 3 months with a band. This instance, I've never experienced before. I've never had the parents in the studio. And then their manager came. Now I've got the guardians. I definitely didn't get to be me because I usually swear like a trooper and say all sorts of inappropriate things in the studio because nobody's filming me usually. I've never experienced anything like that, and I probably never will again the rest of my career.
You know, they're going to get where they want to go. They strike me as workaholics, and they're on a mission. I mean, this is their dream, this is their destiny, and they're going to do it.
Their best work yet. And that's not just because they're our daughters.
It's an amazing feeling. A big accomplishment for them.
I mean, they've been through David Bendeth boot camp.
Yep. Survive. Is it wrong? Yes!
I have never been so on time.
This does sound more like a synth.
Going once, going twice.
Wow.
Take for me.
Wow.
Ooh, the chills.
What a performance. Beautiful, beautiful. What a voice.
Gambaré.
What a special voice you have. I hold a certain
That's
standard
so
to the
sweet.
records I make. Of course, they've almost earned a rite of passage in the sense that they played on their record everything.
That's all them, you know. They did it, they played it, they killed it.
When we started working with David, we just took it to like a whole new level. And we're so happy with the result. I'm just super, super excited for it to be public and for people to listen to it and hear what people have got to say. Because I am so proud of what we did. So proud.
So cute. Guys, I love behind the scenes footage. Like, I'm the type of girl who will go and watch any of those like behind the scenes specials on like Apple or Netflix when it comes to singers. I don't even care who the singer is. I don't care if it's Taylor Swift. I don't care if it's like, I'm trying to think of all these things like Billie Eilish. I watch everything. I love behind the scenes of musicians. I think their lives are just so insane. And I love, my favorite part is seeing studio footage of how songs are made. It just, especially songs that you love, it's so nice to see how it was done, where they were, how they were doing it, their ideas popping up. And that's kind of why I appreciate Taylor Swift in a sense, because she does that a lot. She records everything in the studio, and I really appreciate that about her. And I love that The Warning does the same. They look like they film their lives all the time, and they're going to really appreciate that when they're older. All right, let's watch episode 2.
Hello, I am Paulina Villarreal. Hello, I am Paulina Villarreal. I am 18 years old. I am the drummer for the band The Warning. My name is Alejandra Villarreal. I'm from Monterrey, Mexico, and I'm the bass player for the band The Warning.
I'm Daniela Villarreal. I am the guitar player and lead singer of The Warning. So The Warning came to be in a very early stage of our lives. We started playing classical piano at a very young age. I think I was 6 and Pau was around 4.
It was a family environment of music.
We started playing the piano when we were very young. We started with like classical music, and then we bought this video game, Rock Band, the Rock Band.
The Rock Band.
Rock Band.
When we bought the game, that was the moment when we were like, hey, we want to do that.
We absolutely loved that video game. We played it all the time. I would just be like jumping around with
Oh
my
my God,
guitar.
that's so
I would
cute.
never let me play the drums because that was her thing and she was super good at it, and I was just like, no.
When we bought the game, I noticed Paulina, and she was like, like with so much coordination, and I told her like, look at Paulina.
But you need to take into account that I was like 6 years old at that
That's
time.
insane.
Like next week, Paulina was in lessons.
The thing with Dani
What
was
great
she wanted
parents.
the guitar because of the rock band, but we knew that it was gonna be difficult for her because she was 8 years
So
old.
small.
I asked my dad if I could play the guitar, and he was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes. And he said 6 months. And by the week, I wanted to give up.
Aw.
But she kept her promise, and by that time, she already started to love.
I was
Guitar is
about
hard,
3
man.
when we got the Rock Band, so I didn't actually play, she was a baby. Ale basically, when we were playing Rock Band, Ale was clapping next to us. I picked the bass when I was about like 6 or 7, and I was like, ooh, I want to play that. Don't know what it is, but I want to play it. And when she started playing the bass, we started like thinking like, hey, these instruments, like we can play them together. We were like, oh, these 3 instruments actually make up a band. So we're like, we can start playing together.
We said like, why, we should play something together. And that was it.
Amazing.
We had no idea that we were gonna do what we're doing today, like at all.
For us, the decision to upload videos on YouTube was just like, we're gonna send it to our grandparents. The file is too big, let's upload it on YouTube and send them the link.
But suddenly
so
they started
cool.
getting a lot of attention.
All of a sudden, it exploded.
Our parents really reminded us that like this was for the music and we could use that to start writing our own music. I think that was something that caused such a huge change in us, from just like, let's play for fun, to like, whoa, we're a band now.
Not everything comes without its sacrifices. It was tons of practice.
Suddenly, you're not just a normal little teenager who goes to school, does her homework. You're playing shows, you're playing in festivals, and you're playing in front of a lot of people. Something that maybe like a lot of people my age take for granted, like going to parties, going to school, even like people who like, oh my god, I need to wake up at like 6 a.m. and go to school every day, was something that like we couldn't do.
And I appreciate the support of my parents and all that they had to go through to get us to this point, because for them, it was just as hard.
As a parent, you never know which one is the right path. We wanted to support them, like any parent, just try to give them what makes them happy.
We usually compare it, what we're doing and what is happening and what could have happened. But as we started playing more shows and as more people started to show up, especially like at an international level, it was like, that's where it really settled in. Like, whoa, like this is for real. We are so grateful that we have the opportunity to be playing these shows, working this way, writing music. Like all these opportunities don't happen to a lot of people.
Thanks to all of that and all the sacrifice that we put through as a team, and not only us, but our parents and our management, everyone is just so incredible, and I'm very grateful not only that we did it, but that we were able to overcome it.
Ooh, okay.
If we weren't in a band,
if we weren't in music,
That's a great question.
Because we always get out of that question like, oh, it would be a song right now. Like, what would you do out of music?
Honestly, I think I would be a teacher.
A teacher.
A teacher.
No, you would be such a good boss.
Yeah, you'd be a
Oh,
good,
thanks. Yeah. I would like to write. Yeah, I'd be a good
You
writer.
would be a writer.
I would have to do
Definitely.
something creatively. I couldn't. Yeah, no, like a job office. I honestly have no idea.
I think you would be a good model.
Sure.
That's exactly what I was
Not really
thinking.
good at posing, but you know,
You'd be a
could
good
work.
model.
I could work on that.
You got the
height.
height,
You got the face.
Oh my god, they're so sweet. Yeah, if Allie wasn't in the band, she should be a model. Like, I can see her doing that at any point, because like she just has that look. She's absolutely stunning. And in person, when I saw them live for the first time and I saw her in person, like, you guys have to remember, I was second row and she was like right there. I was like, and I remember my friend Kaylee looking at me and going, why are they all so beautiful? I was like, I don't know, but like, Allie can definitely be a model. I could not see Daniela being a teacher. She would definitely be the CEO of something. I could see her maybe even as a band manager. Like, I could just see that. And yeah, definitely for Pau, writer. I would read every book she ever wrote. She just has the most fascinating mind. And I could still see her writing songs for other people. But I'm so glad that they're not doing those things and that they are in a band. But let's be real. We'll see Alejandra one day on some magazine or some type of billboard. I know it's going to happen. All right, let's watch episode 3.
Describe each other. Okay, let's do Pau first.
Creative.
Outspoken.
She's a spark.
She can also be a bit loud.
It's the life of the party.
Energetic.
A great drummer, great singer.
She really drives what's happening.
She's
She goes completely on passion.
Pao is such a fan of music.
Drummer, singer, writer, composer.
Alpha, right in your face.
But she's so lovable.
I'm gonna take everything as a compliment. You. How would I describe myself though?
LA is so humble and so talented. She's technically incredible.
She can hang with the best of them.
Very bold.
She's observant and very persistent.
That's a
You are
great way to
scary
describe
at times,
her.
but that is very useful.
Yo, Allie with the eye rolls. She's the most reserved, but to be honest, she may be the most animated.
You, Danny. You're
Yeah,
very
definitely
Older
animated.
sister, protector. The same as she asks of herself, which is a lot, she asks of the team.
Disciplined, persistent.
She's a sweetheart.
She's honestly super nice. Like, I don't know how she does it.
She's the heart.
Very, very passionate.
I love
she's
that
a boss.
honesty.
Danny is a powerhouse front woman.
I mean, she's up there with the top voices of female rockers.
The beacon of light in the darkness.
Oh my god. Thank you
Aw.
guys.
See?
So nice.
And I'm scary.
I love it.
Jumping from covers to like writing our own music was, I think it came very naturally.
Pao
wow.
has been writing songs since she was like, I don't know, maybe even 5. We will be like, I don't know, making lemonade. She was like, making lemonade.
We started
I was
writing
that girl
as like
too.
a little experiment, and our first EP was basically those little experiments.
Our main focus for writing is rock and roll, but that doesn't mean that we don't listen or learn from any other genres.
I listen to a lot of K-pop, and I also listen to a lot of Japanese rock since it's so different. I listen to a lot of classical music. I listen to a lot of alternative music. I listen to a lot of K-pop.
I love rock and roll for its energy, and I wouldn't change that for our band, but it's great also to learn from all the different types of music that there's all around the world.
Good. I really liked it. The chorus is really good, and I think that one of the best things about this is that you put really quick melodies that go up and down very quickly, and in like Korean language, like that works so well because they have like so many like syllables.
Creatively, it's all them. The way they work is they start writing and composing, and then they get together, then they rehearse, and they don't show us anything.
As for what
Wow.
we speak about in our songs, well, most of the times they come from Pao's brain, and we're just like, that's genius, and we kind of tweak it out and make the song appropriate to that feeling that we're talking about.
So I usually just sit on the piano and I just play something until something comes out. And then I show Danny and Ali the song. I try to pitch it as best as I can. So they're like, oh my god, that's a great song, let's work on it.
Pao's the one who has like that muscle, that creativity to just like create little words out of nowhere.
We start working on it. We start adding the
Amazing.
drums, the guitars, the bass, and we're all very involved in that process. And it's really fun because I know I play the bass, but I don't do my bass parts alone. Like, Pao helps me and Danny helps me, and it's the same for the drums, the vocals,
I
and
love
the guitars.
that.
Since we are very, very opinionated, we like to be in each and every part of the process. So we're doing
Wow.
bass lines, we're all there. Each second is important.
We're all very involved in every part of
I
the process,
love
which
that.
I think makes every song unique, and it sounds like us. Honestly, we get along so well, but the only moments where we have like fights is when we're writing, because we have such different opinions about what a song should be. It's up to votes. 2 people, you win.
We work really, really
Wow,
well
that's
because
interesting.
we have this honesty to our communication.
We do have like that clear line between like bandmates and sisters. You need to look at it as like what's best for the band, and not like, oh my god, like you're turning your back on me, like I'm your sister. No, like we're working.
Seeing them in the studio interact as bandmates and as sisters was really cool. It's just such a deeper level of connection. They know exactly what they need to do to support each other in all situations. When someone's cutting a vocal, when someone's cutting a guitar, like if it's going well or if there's hesitation, there's just like that sister connection was so cool to see that level of support.
They're sisters. I don't know how else to put it. It's like obvious that they're sisters. They have each other's back. They finish each other's sentences, or they say the same thing at the same time.
When you're in a band, it's like you can break up. If this band were to disband, like they're still gonna be sisters, and no matter how heated or how big of a deal any of this is to any of us, I don't think it's more important than their family.
Love that.
I'm so glad that we started writing our own music, because there's like nothing that I love more. That's what we like doing the most, you know, inspiring people with our own music.
And I have found out that my like comfort zone is writing from the heart. It's literally, if I'm feeling a very strong emotion, the song comes out.
Wow. I love this. I love this so much. It's like fascinating to like hear them speak about how their creative side kind of happens. And it's funny because I never really thought about that. Like, I'm the type of person kind of like Pow, where someone will say something and it's either the one word they say brings up a song that I know already, or I just make up my own songs. And I've been writing songs since I was probably, I don't even know, maybe like 11 or 12. But if I was like Pow, I would say I've been writing songs since I was a child, because I always used to make up songs all the time, like all the time. I used to take songs off the radio and add my own verses to them or change the bridges. Like, that's the type of person I was. So there's not a lot of us out there who can do that. So I love Pow for that. So cool. Hopefully I can share one of my songs with you guys one day. I would love to professionally record it. Not saying it will be me on vocals, because I don't know if I can do that anymore. I'm like such a little baby when it comes to performing. Now that I'm older, before I would just do it no problem, but one day. Okay, let's get into the next episode.
Technology played a huge part in our band. We became known because of a YouTube video.
True.
Social media is such a big part for us as a band, and without social media, we wouldn't have reached all those people who listen to our music right now.
I honestly don't know how they do what they do, but I know that the numbers don't lie.
When it comes to going viral at the age that they did, they've had a head start building this social media and online
their
presence
fan base
that people would pay millions to obtain.
That's an amazing thing to see. I mean, to have this type of fan dedication and loyalty this early is, you know, it's really impressive. And it speaks to the fact that their music really touches people.
Mm-hmm.
When you start out in music, the first thing that you think about is not really like, how am I going to manage my social media? It's the last thing that you're thinking of.
When I first met them, they had already gone viral because they were uploading videos of them doing covers and practicing music so that their grandparents could see it.
When the attention came in, it was like pretty shocking.
What we did as a team was land it with a proper strategy and a vision. We all talk about what we're doing in social media every day.
It is like a lot to do, but honestly, like, it helps us a lot.
Thank you, patrons. Shout out to all of you. You are awesome.
You know, this community and friendships
like the
have
most
been,
minimal patron.
Forged all over the world.
We're always thinking of new ways to create new content for them.
And even if it just was like one person, it means something to them. That's an incredible feeling.
I think that they just feel like more responsibility, their audience, their fans. They're constantly evolving and working more for them.
It can kind of be intimidating as our fan base grows. It's very hard not to think about what other people might think.
To think like, I kind of need to be perfect. I mean, being a like woman in rock is a whole thing.
We have gone through a lot of different experiences, mostly on stage, where we would get these looks like, what are these little girls gonna do?
Like, our treatment was sometimes very, very different. Like, the staff would treat you different, the bands would treat you different. I remember going at festivals when I was like 11. People would look at us like, oh, what are they gonna do here? Suddenly we started playing and everyone was just like shocked by what we did, and I was like, yeah, people really don't expect a
Perfect
lot out
answer.
of you
Yeah.
because they're not used to seeing women on these stages.
It is very nerve-wracking to go out in front of everyone and be that vulnerable. You see, like, this is me, this is what I do. Do you like it?
You know, it's not easy for them being young, being female in a rock genre, and I think they're gonna bring change to that.
The most important thing in what we do is to just stay true to ourselves.
I'm really proud that this is a group of girls. I think there's so much talented female musicians out there, but historically they've been underrepresented in rock and roll. I don't really know what the reason is, but if I can be a part of helping to bring
Sexism?
that energy to the forefront, then that's what I want to do.
You know, in such a male-dominated field, to see not only three women but three sisters playing rock music, it was awesome. Also, being a father of two daughters, it was inspiring to see that too. It's something I wanted them to see.
We step up our game just to prove we belong here.
Rock and roll and music in general is for everyone to enjoy.
It doesn't matter who's playing the music. If you like it and if it's good and if you think it's good, that's what matters.
They are the future of rock and roll.
Playing rock and roll, like there's no energy equal to that.
To see like all these people that are from all around the world, some of them are older, some of them are younger, how they all just connect like through the power of music.
And it's so fun to see people having fun with you. It's just like a big party.
When young girls reach out to us, it's the most satisfying feeling
I love
ever.
that.
You can feel it. When people tell you what your music means to them, it's such an indescribable feeling.
Like when someone comes up to you in the meet and greet and they're like, I started playing the drums because of you. Oh my God, like you feel like crying. It shows that anyone can do what we're doing.
It's easy for people to blow up on the internet and kind of not act like it's a thing, but these girls, they dedicate time every day to try and make sure that someone in their fan group or their whole fan group has an experience.
There's so many
So
people
cool.
that follow us and listen to our music. If I am just able to keep doing what I'm doing right now and keep touching like people's hearts this way, I'm happy.
I really love what I do, and I'm very grateful that all of you have given me the chance to
You're
to
so
prove it
humble.
and to be it and to share it with me.
They're so humble. Yo, their parents are phenomenal people for making these kids the way they are and keeping them so grounded, because I hope forever they stay this way because they are like the sweetest kids. Okay, let's get to number 5.
We had never really worked with people outside of like our trusted group.
My first actual personal interaction was when I met them. They were playing 2 sold-out nights at Mercury Lounge, and I came the first night and checked it out and was so blown away. I came back the second night with Jason Flom.
Devin O'Connor, our senior A&R person at Lava, she invited me to go to a show at the Mercury Lounge, and I think it was a cold winter's night, and I've been to the Mercury Lounge too many times in my life, but I went and my head exploded.
Going from being an independent band to a signed band is a very big change.
Because we have been independent since we started and we had been doing really well.
For years, we've always kind of seen where the band is going independently. We started seeing this growth, and we would ask ourselves, it's like, how far can we take it ourselves? And then when is it time to start searching for partners?
We just didn't want to sign with someone who would take control over our music. When Lava approached, it was just like an amazing opportunity for us.
The Warning had great touring numbers, great Spotify numbers, great social media interaction. Their fans are diehard. But first and foremost, the most important part is the music, and the music blew me away.
At Lava, we like to sign great artists. It's really a simple criteria.
When we were approached by Lava, we dove in and definitely found very clear pattern. It was the same sound and look before Jason got him than after.
When they actually reached out to us, we couldn't believe it. And me being an amazing, like a big Paramore fan, I was just like, wow, Jason Blum just got, oh wow.
But when we started talking with Lava, we clicked. We were on the same page. I knew that this was the step that we had to take, that we would be able to to be on another level now.
It took a long time.
We were negotiating for 7 months.
Wow.
But we finally did it.
Signing with Lava was like a game changer for us.
Complete game changer.
When we signed, it was so, it was just such a big
Like a relief.
relief.
And
Yeah.
now, with the whole Lava team behind us, I feel super powerful.
Honestly, I am so grateful.
We're this super strong team.
Being the first rock band in Latin American history to sign with a US major record label definitely
Wow.
has to be my proudest moment, and every grain of sand that I contributed to that is something that I'll cherish forever. That's one for the books.
That's amazing.
Ever since we signed, we've gotten like so many opportunities. Like we got to record our 3rd album during a pandemic.
With the power of a record label, we can make songs for different artists. We can get our songs in movies
So
or anything. Like
true.
the possibilities are endless. Our earliest goals for the band, like we're gonna learn this song and we're gonna rock it, we're gonna be on time. I mean, those are still goals, but as we grew like up until now, our goals have changed drastically.
I would just really love to play all over the world and like have my music reach out to like as many people as possible.
We would love to, you know, go on a world tour, get our music everywhere, and just kind of like share that love for music that
I
we
love
have
that they have the same
wherever
goals.
we can.
I can envision a stadium full of fans rocking out to The Warning.
Yeah.
If we were able to help make that happen, it would be, you know, just it would just
I
be
feel like
magical.
stadium
Future hope
tours
for the
are
band is
coming.
world domination.
Yeah, we want to tour the world. We want to melt faces, rock out on stage. We want to break stereotypes and show the world that dreams do come true.
My goal for
it.
them is that they become the biggest band in the world. You know, it sounds crazy, but it's actually possible. It's going to take a ton
I
of
think
hard
so.
work, and it's also going to take some lucky breaks. At the end of the day, I think that that is within the realm of possibility. There's no reason that they can't do that.
Yeah.
Our favorite place we traveled as a band, I think we have each one different in mind. Okay,
Okay.
let's just say it at the same time and see if it matches up.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Argentina!
Ah!
Love it.
We got
Argentina.
was
Yes.
awesome. It was such a great tour.
It was our first time having like such a long tour.
We
2
were-
weeks. It was like
2
2
weeks.
weeks. It was a
Yeah.
2-week
2
tour
tour.
with
It was our
Educativa,
first time there.
and it was amazing.
was
Honestly,
amazing.
I am dying to go back to Argentina. The energy
It's
the
so different.
Argentina like public has, wow,
I
awesome.
miss you guys.
I'm so sad because they'll never say they love Canada because they always get sick here. But you guys better come back to Canada because we absolutely love you. And plus, your American fans tend to cross the border for these shows too. So it's kind of perfect. All right, guys, let's watch the last one.
COVID.
Once we signed with
COVID.
Lava, we didn't want to lose any time.
The band was about to go on a tour, and then COVID hit, so everything that they were working on got
Yeah,
canceled.
that's so
and so they
sad.
shifted the target immediately to, okay, we're going to make the record now.
And David
Smart.
Bendith was a name that crossed between options that they brought to the table and options that we had seen. Really quickly, it became, okay, let's get him on a Zoom.
We had a Zoom call with him. Like there was just like a connection. We shared the
I
same
love
vision.
that.
We were actually very excited, very nervous as well because we knew it was going to be like tough.
Teenagers are different than any other band. You know, they're very pliable.
We were really nervous. Looking back on that call, David was also nervous. Like we see it, and I was like, "Why were you nervous? Like we were shaking. You are David Bendith."
Making an album in the middle of a global pandemic was a very
That must
unique
be crazy.
experience.
We started lockdown on March. We had not left our house until September. We were really respectful of like the safety of it all.
Obviously, it was COVID, and the first thoughts across my mind were, how is this going to work? But what we did was we were in the bubble.
We decided after a lot of conversations about it that we were going to record it in New Jersey.
We did COVID testing. We traveled with seat covers and masks
Wow.
and face shields and gloves, antibacterial and sprays and wipes. Nobody on our team got COVID. We were all very careful
Wow.
and very professional. And I think, you know, that just makes this album that much more special.
We were just in a little bubble all the time.
I think it kept us really in the zone.
It was definitely scary starting at first because of course the questions come up of maybe if we wait another month, things will be safer. But it ultimately came down to the fact that the music was ready and it feels urgent, it feels relevant. We want to put this music out.
Working with David and Rick was a very new experience for us. Actually never worked like this much with people who only talk in English.
Their English
wow.
is amazing. My Spanish is absolutely awful. The one time that I brought up a mispronunciation, I can't remember if it was Danny or Pau, one of them said something and I jumped on it. And you just hear Allie from the back, your Spanish sucks. You gotta watch out. You don't know who's waiting in the wings
That's
to get you.
amazing.
This third album, I am so proud of what we did with it.
It came out very generational, very social. More than anything, I think we want to call out people to think.
It's about Gen Z, it's about technology, it's about communication. The new album is the world from the Warning's perspective.
Since we evolved as people, we changed our views of the world changed. We grew up. I think our writing and our music changed and grew as well.
In this instance, you could tell that each one of them had spent time honing their craft and practicing. I saw a crack in the door where I could push them and I could open a world to them where they could be less rigid. Even though it's tough and they don't like it, they're built to withstand it. And so you could push them. And so I did.
It was great to see how our different opinions meshed and became this great album.
We like really stepped out of our little box of songwriting.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, there was moments when it was extremely tense.
It was sometimes like, David, like that's not how it is right now. And David was like, well, this is how it should be. And we're like, ah! We had a lot of conversations about how to meet a healthy middle.
I guess the best way to say it's how you come back from that determines how much you've grown.
Working with them was incredible, and we all got to learn so much from the process. I feel super confident about the next steps I'm taking as a musician because I got to learn from the pros.
All the work with David Bandit, it was a blessing. It was amazing.
I already missed them. We were with them for like so long. It was an amazing experience.
I hope that this record goes platinum and we all have plaques on our walls. You know, as far as for the band, I wish them all the success in the world.
We know that we have much to learn every single day. There's always something more.
My dreams and goals for them is for them to grow as players, to keep writing songs. But my biggest goal for them would be to stay in touch with who they are and never lose that.
Our love for what we do is so real and it's so big. Like, why have we worked so hard for so long to just stop here?
Un día exitoso.
Yay! Un día exitoso! That's so cute. Oh my god, you guys! I just love these girls. They have like the best personalities. I would love to hang out with them one day and just have a good time. The thing with them is like you can kind of tell they're like best friends, and I feel very lucky that I have a sister who I consider my best friend too. And I know there's a lot of people out there who have siblings that they're not as close with. And that makes me so sad because I think a sibling is the closest you can possibly get to somebody if you have one. Obviously, I have an only child, so she's screwed. But I'm just saying, I really, really appreciated watching this. And I know my channel is really just reactions to music. I'm making this exception because I feel like my journey with The Warning has been so amazing. It's been a dream, really, to find a band, and then within 10 days, they're playing a show in my city. And then, you know, I'm reacting to as many songs as I can just to, like, be able to sing along to a couple songs at the show. And then getting to hear Allie sing 2 songs at the show was, like, a unicorn moment. Danny had a fever on stage, and I didn't even know until, like, I think days after the fact. It was a small venue, which I don't think that's going to ever happen again because they're getting so big and they sell out so fast. So they're obviously going to be doing bigger venues. It's just crazy to me. My husband's obsessed with them. He listens to them all the time. I listen to them all the time. It's just such an amazing way to find a band and love them. I bought all their vinyls. I've been gifted vinyls from subscribers. I've been gifted merch. I've been gifted just the most amazing things from the Warning Army, and it's just honestly the best fan base I've ever come across in my life. I didn't think these types of fan bases existed because most fan bases are just so rude. Like they're just not nice when it comes to you saying anything like of a disagreement. They just rip your head off, and I feel like everyone in the Warning Army is more like teachers. They're like, do you want to know more about this? Do you want a recommendation to watch this? Hey, you should watch this video so you learn about this. And it's just been so insane to me that you guys have supported this channel the way you have and watched my journey of becoming a Warning fan. And so I just don't know how to thank you. So I hope this is a great video that you enjoyed, and obviously I will be doing more of the Warning videos. I know there's a lot coming out on their YouTube channel right now, so I'm trying to keep an eye on that stuff, and I'm just so excited for their future. I'm so excited for them to dominate and do world tours and stadiums. Like, can you imagine the Warning at a stadium? God, I would love it, but I would also hate it because I hate our stadium here, the Rogers Center. It's awful. But like, oh my God, for them to do like Air Canada Center, it's not called that anymore. What's it called? Scotiabank Arena? Would be insane. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, turn your notifications on. It helps my channel more than you know. Oh my God, I just love them so much. They're the best. Great personalities. Like, so humble. Don't forget you can subscribe to my Patreon as well if you'd like to support this channel. Most of my videos are unmonetizable, so if you do want to support me, you can head over there. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I also have a Discord where a ton of the Warning Army is a part of, and we chat about the Warning, post videos, share things. You guys help me with my channel more than you know by sending me links to what's going on, especially the people on like Instagram who are going live at a show. The amount of Warning shows that I've watched on Instagram, it's been amazing. I love it so much. My vinyl of the day is The Used. It is their self-titled album from I think 20 years ago. It's my favorite The Used album of all time. If you want to check out some songs, I would check out Buried Myself Alive. That's my favorite song on the album, but I also love Blue and Yellow and On My Own. They're just a great band. Great music. It's a little screamy. It's very hard, but Bert has an extraordinary voice, so I highly, highly recommend you check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching this long video. I didn't want to do it in parts because I figured let's just get it done, and I hope you liked it. So I will see you in my next video.